Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing you my unboxing and review of Twilight on 4K. Be sure to click subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload great new content. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to show it some love and give it a like rating. So this one includes 4K, Blu-ray, and digital Twilight. So this one is to celebrate the 10 years of Twilight films, including new Twilight tour 10 years later, an extended cut on digital, which is kind of disappointing. They released an extended cut, but it's available through the digital copy. This one is from Lionsgate. I do kind of like the way they did this artwork, and they're going to have matching artwork for all the Twilight movies. Only the first one is getting a 4K release though. As you can see here, it says includes 4K and Blu-ray theatrical versions, and digital extended edition is unrated. Bella Swan doesn't expect much when she moves to the small town of Forks, Washington, until she meets the mysterious and handsome Edward Cullen, a boy who's hiding a dark secret. He's a vampire. As their worlds and hearts collide, Edward must battle the bloodlust raging inside him, as well as a coterie of undead that would make Bella their prey. Based on the #1 New York Times best-selling sensation by Stephanie Meyer, Twilight adds a dangerous twist to the classic story of star-crossed lovers. Disc 1 is the 4K, which includes movie and special features Twilight Tour 10 years later, Conversation with Stephanie Meyer, featurettes including Becoming Edward and Becoming Bella, Catherine Hardwick's Lullaby Mix, and more. Disc 2 is the Blu-ray and special features Interview with Kristen, Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and others. Premiere on the red carpet. Stephanie Meyer talks about the Twilight Saga and more. So the theatrical version is rated PG-13 for some violence and scenes of sensuality. The extended edition is unrated. So Region A locked, has a runtime of 122 minutes. I wanted to mention, this is kind of cool. They have this cool texture here on the front and the side, but then like this top part and the back is just kind of like a normal texture. I'm not sure that I've seen one quite like that. I mean, I've seen them textured like this, but then to have the back regular, I could be wrong, but I just don't remember seeing one like that. If you guys have seen Twilight, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. This one has a sticker on it. I don't put stickers that much anymore. Alright, let's check out the inside. So on the left here we have our Blu-ray. I would imagine that's just the standard artwork from the previous Blu-ray release, but I can't be certain. And we got a new artwork here on the 4K disc. Pretty cool, definitely like that. It's a cool looking artwork. Alright guys, so I did watch Twilight. This one is rated PG-13, has a 2-hour and 2-minute runtime, is a drama fantasy romance, and it is directed by Catherine Hardwick. It stars Kristen Stewart, Sarah Clarke, Matt Bushell, Billy Burke, Gil Brigham, Taylor Lautner, Robert Pattinson, and I didn't ever know this, but Anna Kendrick is in this one as well. She doesn't have a big part, but she is in it, and she's pretty young too. So I hadn't seen this one in a really long time. This was the only Twilight movie I ever saw, and I definitely liked it more than I remembered. So I don't know if my tastes have changed or somehow the movie changed over time. If I didn't mention already, they are releasing this one in 4K now to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Twilight. They're also going to release all the other 4 movies in Blu-ray with new cool slipcovers to match this 4K slipcover. I did really like this slipcover, and I think the artwork's kind of cool that they're putting on these. So it has that going for it. So I know obviously a little bit more about the franchise just because it was so popular, but I'm going to try to stick to just what we learned in this movie. Basically, Kristen Stewart's character moves in with her dad in this kind of rainy, depressing town in Washington, and she moved from Arizona where it was nice and sunny and hot, and she liked it there, and she didn't really want to go live with her dad, I guess. I don't know. The way she was wording that, the way she kind of worded it, I found it really odd. But so it's basically about this whole group of teenagers at this school, and it ends up being that there's like some vampires there. And for the most part, I think the acting in this movie is just horrendous. And their facial expressions don't make any sense throughout the entire movie. And the movements they did, they just look so wrong, and everybody just like, because the vampires can move like in all these different ways, and they just look like people on cables. It doesn't look good. Surprisingly, the only person who I thought really did good in this was Kristen Stewart. Like, she wasn't terrible, she wasn't good, but she wasn't terrible, and like, I thought she was terrible in everything. Somehow after this movie, I guess she got worse, because she wasn't that bad in this one. So basically, Kristen Stewart's character, Bella, falls in love with a vampire, and she has to kind of keep it a secret and live this tightrope. And there's also a lot of other stuff going on with like other vampires fighting with the vampire family, and Taylor Lautner's kind of group of natives who also have secrets, who are kind of feuding with the vampire family and whatnot. So, I mean, this movie is really just kind of like a romance type thing, but I didn't think it was as bad as I remember. Like I said, I did kind of enjoy it this time. The story overall was enjoyable. I don't know. I don't know if everybody in this movie was just really young and they weren't really used to acting, but they just seemed really awkward in their roles, I guess. And I do believe that part of it was that they were supposed to be awkward, you know, kind of teenagers, and awkward, you know, that they're vampires pretending to be teenagers and stuff like that. I understand that part of the movie was that there was this whole awkwardness amongst everyone. But beyond that, it just feels like the acting is really awkward. But so for a score on this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. You know, it was a decent story, in some ways a fun movie, but in some ways it just felt like the whole cast was really inexperienced and a little bit slow, but just not really as bad as I remembered. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reviewing any of the other ones. If you guys would like me to, let me know. I'll see what I can do. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. Check out suggested videos. Check out my website, BOBSMOVIEREVIEW.com. And I'll see you guys next time.